Welcome to Almost Heaven, Always Us. I'm Corey.
I'm Kelsey.
And today we got fan mail, Mothman. A little bit of Mothman.
I don't know about this. I was thinking of some like West Virginia slang or lingo that is
I like it.
Specific or native to West Virginia talk.
Okay.
Speech.
So stick around and see what we've got for you. Starting with the fan mail, we had some interesting fan mail this week. First off, I made a short about our country roads talk that we had about why people love country roads. So there was a few opinions on that came in and some corrections. And I knew there would be, and I was looking forward to it.
Corrections.
That's what happens whenever you're lazy and you just kind of go off of what you kind of know, but don't look up the facts, and somebody will get you. And they'll say, this is actually exactly how it is.
It's crazy if you're just talking.
I'm not going to get into it too much because I do want to talk about it later on. I want to do the proper research and give it proper attention.
Okay.
But I'm not prepared for this tonight.
Okay.
But I just wanted to mention that there was fan mail there. But mostly the fan mail off of that was, we all love this song. It's a great song. I think everybody loves that song across the nation. The fan mail proves it.
Yeah.
It's not even really fan mail. It's just comments on YouTube is really what I mean.
I haven't seen the
We
comments.
don't have any fans. We have a few haters. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No haters or fans, but there's people that comment.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. They're neutrals. But maybe a couple fans. I think we have a super fan.
We do have one super
We
fan.
have one super fan who is hardcore super fan, and I'm going to talk about him.
Okay.
So I've been trying to do a little game. On social media, but without saying it. I never told anyone the rules. I never said, hey, do this and you win a prize or anything. But I was hinting around at it to see if someone would pick it up and do it. And today it happened. It finally happened. Our super fan, Jared, he did it today. He figured it out.
Wow.
So I've been hinting because we've been hiding Mothman in the thumbnail for all the videos.
And you've never mentioned it ever.
I've never mentioned it a whole lot, but on Facebook I've said, hey, can you guys find Mothman? I hid him in all of our thumbnails, and occasionally I would go on there and I would say, hey, did you guys see Mothman hiding in our thumbnail this week? And I would show him last week's and I would circle them and say, here's where he was, see if you can find him next week. Oh. But I never said you'll get a prize or anything like that. But today Jared responded and he circled in our thumbnail Mothman. He found him hiding in the W.
Yep.
And
that was good. I can't usually find him so quickly.
Well, he may have texted me outside of the comments as well and told me that he was looking and he was struggling a little bit. And he said, are you sure he's in there? And I said, he's in there. And then he found him, circled him, posted him on there.
Wow.
And so my plan the whole time, and Jared didn't know this, was whoever finds Mothman, circles him, posts a thumbnail and says, here he is, they win a prize. And the prize is
does get a
this
prize.
3D printed Mothman, of course.
Oh my God.
Because how appropriate is that?
Wow. And I even told Jared, I was like, you get a prize, but I was just joking.
Yeah.
But he really does. Good
You
job,
get a prize.
Jared.
You win this, Jared. Good job.
No one is more deserving than you.
Now everyone knows. It's no longer a secret game, and now it's a public game. So anyone who is the first person to discover Mothman in the thumbnail, you can win your very own 3D printed
There's
Mothman.
only 2 of these. The other one is living at the Thrifty Mountaineer.
That's right.
Yep.
We have given one out before to Jeremy at the Thrifty Mountaineer, and he is, I believe, still at the register there at the Thrifty Mountaineer.
I hope so.
He being
Wouldn't
the
that be cute?
Mothman. But also Jeremy, he's probably also at the register.
Yeah, we need to go back there.
Yeah, it's been a while. We haven't
it
had
has
to
been a while.
see him in a while.
And I got a new laptop, and I need more stickers to put on it.
Yeah, you got a new
perfect
laptop,
place.
and you put a Mothman sticker prominently on it. That's pretty cool.
This is part of our brand, our personal brand.
Mothman's really sticking with us for some reason.
I know. So, Jared,
good job. And if you want your very own Mothman, 3D printed Mothman, all you got to do is find him.
Yeah, all you gotta
He will
do
be
is
in the
find
thumbnail
him.
for this video.
It'll be fun.
Just find him, circle him, put him on there on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. And there
He's
you
going to
go.
watch over us.
There you go. Now here is the other one. This one I thought was really funny. Okay, I made another short. So when I make these shorts, they come off of our podcast. It's little segments. They're like 30 seconds to a minute short, YouTube shorts. They come off of some of our discussion points in the podcast. But it goes out nationally. So these things, somehow they get like 500-600 views. I don't know how. But it's people that aren't really even fans of the podcast. It's just anybody. It's a general public. So they don't even know what's going on. They see this little short and they just comment on it. But I made a little short about our podcast last week, and it was the segment I was telling you about the Native American who came to speak to me at 4-H camp. Not me, but all of us at 4-H camp when we were kids.
Yeah.
And his topic was prejudice. Like he was telling us not to be prejudiced, especially toward Native Americans. And he gave us an example. You remember the example was, wouldn't it be terrible if I made fun of all of you all for having different length legs and you're walking around with one leg longer than the other
On the mountains.
And he said it was because of the uneven ground we were walking on. And he was like, you know that stereotype, right? That one, the one about you walking around on unlevel ground because you're climbing mountains all the time and your legs are all crazy. He's like, you wouldn't like it if we made fun of you for it. And that was the only time I'd ever heard it. I never heard it before, and I never heard it again. That was the only time. And I thought it was really funny. And I was like, is that a stereotype? I've never heard that. But I thought, I guess, maybe. I've just never heard it. So anyway, I made a little short because I thought it was funny. Put it out there kind of nationally, and hundreds of people saw it. And some people commented.
For real?
Yeah. And this comment is actually blew my mind a little bit. It blew my mind a little bit. I got to share it.
Wow.
So this comes from a YouTube comment, Jack Slay 9180, and he says this. He says, it's also a way to subtly make fun of the possibility that you're inbred as well. Now, when I first read this, I thought, oh, here's somebody doing the West Virginia inbred thing. But then he's being for real.
Yeah.
He clarifies. I live out here in rural Utah in a town up in the mountains, and everybody surrounding us calls us ridge runners. And they joke and say, be careful not to marry your sister. So this is a stereotype apparently in Utah out west. So I know nothing about it. I've never heard this before. And they say it to the people who live in the mountains in Utah. So I guess we're all kind of the same, really, when you think about it. You got your hillbillies out west, just like us, that live on the mountains and in the rural areas. And they make fun of them too and call them inbred. I didn't know that. And so he said that's where that comes from. It's a subtle way to say that. I bet you're one leg longer than the other because you're inbred. And then he said, in all seriousness, one of my legs is shorter than the other. And he said, and also I am my own fourth cousin.
All right.
Yeah. So I don't think there was any disrespect intended at all from this comment. I think it was truly educational.
Yeah, that was.
He was trying to tell me this is a real stereotype. Maybe not about West Virginia, but it is a real stereotype that people say.
But whenever the Native American was talking to you, did he talk about the mountains, or did he just? Yeah, he just said from walking.
He said from walking. But here's what blew my mind. So I didn't know until I read this comment. And even when I read this comment and responded to the comment, and then a little later it clicked in my head. I was like, okay, this Native American may have been from out west and might have known the stereotype from out there, because I've never heard it. Still to this day, I've never heard it.
Yeah.
And what if because he's speaking to children, all children, and he truly means West Virginia has a stereotype about inbred, but he cannot say that to a bunch of children.
Yeah.
So that was like
upsetting.
his nice way of saying, you know, that inbred stereotype, but he can't say that to kids. So he says, you know, that different size leg stereotype, but subtly implying inbred, because that's what this guy has told us, that it's a subtle. And I was like, I bet you that's what it was. He was picking at us about being inbred, but he couldn't say it because we were kids. So he said the legs thing.
Wow.
Mind blown. It took, I was probably 8 years old. So it took me, 25 years or whatever. Don't do the math. To figure out that this guy was basically calling us inbred.
All right. Well.
And we talked about the inbred stereotype before, how it's really ignorant. Everyone knows it's ignorant and dumb. And I thought we had heard it all when it came to that. I thought we'd heard every variation of that joke.
Wow.
But this one I had never heard before.
Yeah.
But yet I did. Yet I did many years ago. I heard it, but didn't know it. Went right over my head.
Because you were just a little boy.
I didn't know it now. We talked about it last week and it went over my head.
Well, I've seen a lot of interviews of actual inbred people in West Virginia. And
oh boy.
What I normally just notice is that they're all short. And I've seen them like walking around and stuff. They're short, but it's their eyes and their face shape.
But is one leg longer than the other?
Not that I've never noticed them walking strangely. But it's their eyes and their face shape. Their eyes are always in different directions. Not always, not every single inbred case is like that.
So Jake, I don't know if you're going to ever watch our podcast, or you probably just saw that one short and commented because you're from Utah. So you probably have no interest in West Virginia. But if you are watching, thanks for sharing that with us, because I did enjoy learning that. It was educational. Now we know it's a thing. But still, I wonder if people in West Virginia, if you know of it as a thing. Have you ever heard that? before? If you have, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I still think it's pretty far out. I told him, I was like, that's wild.
It is wild.
It makes me feel like we have kindred relations outside of West Virginia, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we do.
Like, I can relate to Jake. I think Jake related to it. And he was like, yeah, they say it about us too. Call us inbred because we live on a mountain. But it's cool. I actually do have one leg shorter than the other, he said. Jake sounds pretty cool, actually. I like Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
So thanks for the comment, Jake. Now, the last piece of fan mail we got. So we had talked about going around to 55 counties, and we were going to use some kind of social media, probably Facebook, try to get on that county's or town, the main town of the county, get on their Facebook group and have them nominate someone for us to interview. I still think that's a great idea.
It is.
The comment said, hey, I think you guys, in addition to that, have them nominate a place to eat, a dine-in restaurant, and then we try it when we go visit the county, try that restaurant and rate the food, give it like a review. And I said, well, I love food, so that wouldn't be hard to do.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah. You would
So maybe
be the one
both.
trying it.
Maybe
I'll be
both.
eating salad.
That's true.
But that would be fun.
The only problem with us is when it comes to eating out, we're usually a little bit boring, I think. We have our favorite spots in Morgantown. So when people say, what's the cool Morgantown place to go to?
Let's say on the count
well,
of three, what would we say? One,
We go to
two, three. Black
Texas
Bear.
Roadhouse.
Yes, we go to
That's what
Texas
we
Roadhouse. But if it was,
We like franchises.
if it
Chick-fil-A.
was a Morgantown
We
owned, we would recommend.
We do like Black
Bear.
Bear. And there's other places that are cool that we like. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
we're kind of basic. We like franchises a lot of times. Texas Roadhouse, Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
those kind of things.
Yeah, so because you can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Because if you go somewhere, it's always a little bit of a risk, right? If you go to a mom and pop local restaurant, you don't really know what's good. It's kind of a risk. But if you go to a franchise, they're generally the same from one location to the other in food.
Yeah.
But we need to be better about that. We need to support local businesses, especially West Virginia, and try different diners. So that's a great idea. Thanks for sharing that idea, by the way.
Yeah, and I wish we could find someone in Charleston, since we're going to Charleston next weekend.
Yeah.
That would be really cool if we could find someone to interview and somewhere to eat.
The thing is, I think we'd have to get ahead of these kind of things next time when we plan to go somewhere.
We have a week.
We need to put it out there well before. So that's where we messed up. But we're going to get better at it. We're figuring this stuff out.
Yes.
I saw today, I think it was the West Virginia Festivals page. They put out their ultimate guide to 2025 festivals in West Virginia. The whole list is out there.
Oh my gosh, I've been looking for something like that.
I think it was like, I want to say like 500 festivals or something.
Yeah.
Something crazy. We could never do all of them.
Yeah, well, definitely Mothman is number one on the list.
I think their term festival was loose. Sometimes it's just like a concert even. So they consider it Winter Jam. It was on the list.
Oh, it was?
Which we're actually doing.
Wow,
We're
yeah,
going to
Winter Jam.
That's in Charleston next weekend. Yeah, by the time this airs, we'll just be days away from going to Winter Jam. I'm excited for that.
I am too.
My favorite band, my all-time favorite band, Skillet.
Yep.
And it'll be the second time we've seen them. And we saw them last year, so 2 years straight.
Yeah. And now you get to wear the Skillet hat because you can't just wear that any time.
There you go, Skillet hat.
And really, speaking of hats, that is a hat you haven't worn yet.
On the podcast.
On the podcast.
That's true. People probably think it is because I think on the podcast they all kind of blend in a little bit together.
Yeah.
Like the one I wore last week was camo, but it looks black on camera.
This
but it was
one's
actually
like
camo.
really
This one's black.
Yeah, like this shirt is brand new. Which one?
Yeah.
I just got
Check
these
it out.
shirts. These cool West Virginia shirts, if you can see.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch. But this is like brand new and black, and that's how black your hat is.
Yeah. This hat, do you know where it came from?
My old mangy brother left it here when he lived with us.
He lived with us years ago and he left it. And I said, this is my hat now.
Finders keepers.
Finders
is what I
keepers.
say.
Levi, if you want to come get it. But you're going to have to
He was supposed to come here this evening.
pry it from my cold dead hands. Yeah, he was supposed to come here this evening. So if he wanted it bad enough, he would have came and got it.
Was working
So
overtime.
it's my hat now. He's a hard-working
He
fella.
is really
He's working
hardworking, traveling all the time.
He's
leaving
putting
his
in that
little
pipeline.
wife. Yeah.
Making America move. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Isn't
I'm trying to
that
think of
what
a
it is?
slogan. No, that wouldn't make sense. That'd be like a train or something.
Give America gas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again.
There you go. Give America gas. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah. What do you have for us?
Well, we were talking about what to call a specific carbonated beverage.
Ooh, okay.
And I know what I always call it is pop, because
Yep.
that's what it is. No one in my family calls it, and I hate even saying soda. And I know a lot of, like, even our kids call it that. Some people
Even
around
our
here
littlest
call it
ones?
that. Even our littlest ones call it that.
Wow.
Not our tiniest one. And I'm
Now,
not going to let her say it.
I think they might have got it from me.
Why do you
Well,
say that? I know you did not grow up saying
I
that.
did not. I grew up saying pop. I always said
Everyone
pop.
calls it pop.
But at some point in this, I didn't even make a conscious decision. I wasn't even aware of it. But at some point, I switched over. I don't know when. But at some point, I switched and started calling it soda.
and you
And now our
won't go
kids call it soda.
back.
Soda's more refined. You know, it's back when everyone was saying coronavirus at first, and then someone came in with like a tuxedo, and they're like, "I think you mean COVID." That's the same thing. It's like, "Hey, you want a pop?" And it's like, "I've got some soda for you."
That's gross.
Yeah,
Soda is a terrible word.
I don't know. I think pop sounds
I
kind of gross.
can't.
Like
Pop?
pop.
Yeah, that's what it does. It
like a sound.
pops. You can't go soda.
That's what it should be called.
Pop. You pop open a
Okay,
can.
let me tell you something.
No, I don't wanna hear it.
No. This is no. It's not about the debate. It's just something I did that was bad.
Okay.
I had a work event today, a training at the West Virginia WVU Erickson Alumni Center.
It's long.
They provided us breakfast and lunch.
What was breakfast?
The usual: scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage.
What was lunch?
Some kind of fancy chicken. It had mushrooms and sauce on it. You know, fancy stuff, salad, things like that.
Okay.
But anyway, all day they kept drinks stocked all day for us. It was unlimited
They're
supply of
showing their
drinks.
wealth.
So a normal person has a drink or two throughout the day. I've got this cold thing going on, so my throat's really scratchy. And so I just wanted to keep fluid on it all day to soothe it. And they had Diet Cokes out. And I hate to tell you how many I drank.
You really are.
I'm probably going to have kidney stones from today only.
Yeah.
It only took today. I probably had 8 Diet Cokes. Now, you know.
Between there and home.
You know, they probably don't know, but you know. Diet Coke is my favorite drink.
That's how I like the sparkling water.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Diet Coke is my all-time favorite drink. People who really know me know that about me. Everybody knows that because I'm usually carrying one.
If you don't know that about him, you don't know him.
Even if we go to a church event or something and they have drinks out, I'll pull out a Diet Coke out of my pocket. And everybody's just like, there he is. Like my pastor even knows. He's like, hey, we have some Diet Coke now if you want it. We've basically got it for you, a case just for you, because we know how much you love it.
Yeah.
Great guy. But I love Diet Coke. I'm obsessed with it. I know it's not good for you. I was talking to our daughters today, and they were talking about regular Coke versus Diet. And I'm like, Diet's great, right? Like, it has no calories. You can drink as many as you want. And I was like, it's not good for you.
None is good for
Like,
you.
but Dad, you drink it. That's all you drink. It's in your veins. But anyway, that made me wonder, what is West Virginia's soda?
West Virginia doesn't use. Who uses the word soda?
Is it soda or pop?
Please
Let us know.
put it in the comments. And if you say soda, I will be upset because it's pop.
No, tell the truth. Be
West
honest.
Virginia's
We'll make it a poll.
pop of choice is Mountain Dew.
It is, absolutely. It's
and
Mountain Dew.
dentists are all around the state have like a term. It's called dew mouth. Like we have like an official term because of how much West Virginians drink it and how disgusting West Virginia's teeth
I
are.
read one time, I don't know if it's true, but based on per capita, I think the West Virginians drink 3 times the average Mountain Dew of any other state.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the average, but it was something crazy like that.
And like my dad loves Diet Mountain Dew. Your sister loves Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
They're
that's true.
addicted to that. And I think that's really gross. But
I
Dad,
couldn't drink it.
he's in Indiana and he's Indiana's problem now.
I like Mountain Dew.
Take his-
If I don't have the option for Diet Coke, I'm at a Pepsi place, I'll usually get Mountain Dew.
It's disgusting.
But Diet Coke's where it's at. You know what's weird for me is I never even liked Coke. I still don't like Coke to this day, regular Coke. And I didn't like Diet Coke until my probably upper 20s. I never had one. I just assumed they were awful. And one day, I don't even know why. I don't even know why.
I don't even know why
drank
either.
one.
Because you
And
were
I was
always
like-
water.
I was like, this is heaven. I was.
Well, it's like
I was
Eli.
a water guy. Yeah.
You introduced Eli to Diet Coke last
That's all I
year.
had. I didn't have regular, and I said I have Diet. I'm sorry.
Our brother.
And he's like, okay, and he drank, and he was like, oh my goodness, there's something about
now
it.
you're going to give him problems.
And it tastes nothing like regular Coke. People will be like, I don't have Diet, you want a regular, and I've drank it a few times. I'm like, oh, what's wrong with this? It's totally different. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
It's a completely different formula. It's its own thing. Tastes 10 times better than regular Coke. My daughter asked me today, she's like, if you couldn't have diet and you just had plain Coke or plain Pepsi, what would you pick?
Ugh.
And I said, probably Pepsi. That's what I drank growing up. I liked Pepsi better than Coke growing up. I still don't like Coke to this day, but I love Diet Coke. Weird. Anyway, let's move on. Too much time on Diet Coke. People are like, we don't care.
Yeah, really. Unless you like, the only pop that I ever liked was when I was, well, I liked Fanta when I was pregnant with our youngest now. But other than that, the only pop that I liked was Red Pop, Faygo Red Pop.
You know what you liked when you were pregnant the first couple times?
What, tea?
You liked going to Sheetz and getting the Mountain Dew, the icy version, like the slush. With our firstborn,
Yes.
that's all you wanted.
That's
You
true.
would have me running out the Sheetz all the time.
That's true.
Because Sheetz, of course, is West Virginia's gas station.
Yeah, obviously.
Right, Jacob?
Okay.
And
He loved Sheets. You can't deny.
and you drank so many of those. But it was
did.
different. The icy version's a little, I mean,
It
it's
is
a little different,
lot
right?
different. It's a lot different. Because I would never drink a regular Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But the Ices was good.
But, so basically there's no debate, right? West Virginia's pop is Mountain Dew. Yeah, that everyone can agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of work, you started a new job,
I did.
and I don't think we should say names.
I'm not going to say names.
Let's not say names, but I think you can tell them what it is.
Yeah, it's just social media managing at a local college in town, which is exciting. My friend from church asked me if I would be interested. She approached me and said, "What do you do all day?" I was like,
That is a
lot.
question every stay-at-home mom loves to hear.
Yeah, but yeah, I do a lot all day, as you know.
Oh yeah,
Good
absolutely.
Lord. But I just thought that it would be fun, so I'm giving it a try.
Well, you're really good at it because this isn't your first rodeo with social
Yeah.
media. You've been running social media for our church for a while. And
I like doing it.
I really think you do a great job. Because sometimes I'll see a post and forget that it's you really behind the screen. I'm like, man, this church is putting out some good social media content. And I'm like, oh, that's my wife.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no doubt that you'll nail it with this college as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's fun.
But it's cool because you're getting to see things. You're getting to see some of the classes and some of the things that are going on there, and it's really interesting,
It
isn't
is
it?
very interesting. I
Yeah.
really like when I go there once a week to take photographs, and then I spend the rest of the week posting and stuff like that. But yeah, I do like to go on campus.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Yeah, but back to the pop. That's like what, a lingo, or like what would you call it? Slang? Not slang, lingo.
Yeah.
So whenever I think of like that kind of stuff, I think of my dad and like Levi. They're always saying the weirdest things.
Yeah.
So like growing up, Dad would always say, we would always be like, "Dad, when's Mom coming home?" And he would say, "Directly." And I thought it was directly, like DJERK, whatever. I didn't know what he was saying. I just knew that it was a word he used. And I didn't know that he was saying directly. And that could mean anywhere between an hour, like 5 hours. It was just sometime. Like, she'll be here sometime, but he would say directly.
Yeah.
And we hated it when, me and Levi would hate it when he said that, because we were like, we don't freaking know what you're talking about.
You're like, Dad, what's directly? Is it 5 minutes or 2 hours? And he'd say, come back directly. Find out.
That, and I think reckon is probably used multiple places, but
Yeah,
that's used a lot around here.
I reckon.
And then Levi uses just like dumb, like what would you, metaphors or something?
Yeah.
Like he says like, I'm as full as a tick a lot. And that is so gross. He'll be like, "Oh, they're meaner than a snake." Just stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of inappropriate ones.
Yeah, we can't repeat most of them.
A lot of inappropriate ones, but he comes up with a lot of really funny
Well, your dad, he was always saying he wanted, what, a red pop and a ham sandwich?
A hog sandwich.
I want a red pop and a hog sandwich. I always thought it was pretty funny.
Yes. Yeah, like when you
Would he go through a drive-through and order that?
Yes, when we were little, he would go through a drive-through and he'd be like, "What y'all got in there?" I'm like, "Oh my God, Dad." He's like, "I'll have a red pop and a hog sandwich."
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. And it's really embarrassing going through a drive-through with Levi, because he does the same thing.
Yeah.
So just embarrassing times.
What
Can
about
think of
you?
any?
Do you have any that you say personally?
I don't know. Do I?
Any slang? I don't know. What about me? Do I?
I don't know. We probably do. We just don't even think about it. because it's just
Probably.
like our daily life. But one thing that I was thinking, whenever we came to Morgantown, like we're back home, like just growing up, and we would say, "What do you want for a drink?" It would mean anything. Whenever I came to Morgantown and I would ask people like, "What do you want for a drink?" They would think that's alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
And so now I've adjusted it to where I say, "What do you want for a beverage?" Because so many times, like even at church, like you're getting me a drink, I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So
Do you think that's because it's a college town?
I don't
and drinking's
know.
popular?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm like, I don't want people to think that I'm just offering alcohol here. So
Yeah.
I'd call it a beverage.
Beverage.
What do you want for a beverage?
So that's fancy talk right there, beverage.
Yeah, no.
You should say what you want for a pop.
Go to our drink fridge.
Yes. That's where the prime is.
I know. For our daughter's birthday, I don't know if I should have the kids come down here and get drinks because they'll drink all my prime.
They'll drink it all.
As soon as they see that prime.
We'll have to put a ratchet strap around the fridge.
At our daughter's last game, some coach like brought a whole case of prime for the kids, and they were running around like, "Mom, they gave us prime. They
Wow.
gave us prime." I'm like, "Jeez,
Was
I didn't
it
know it was
a
such a
different
hot
team?
commodity." Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I know.
I'm going to have to steal
One of those
that
big
idea.
Sam's packs because it was exactly the one that I got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a cool coach right there.
I know.
We had some good coaches this year, too.
We had very good coaches, and I
Very good.
was very pleased since it was our daughter's first season of
Her team
basketball.
did very well. I think they finished about third overall.
They did very good, and we won't have those coaches again because they're going to move up with their kids.
Yeah. Because our daughter is the lower of the two grades.
Yeah.
So, but then not next year, but the year after, she'll be back with that
Yeah.
group. But she'll be she'll be the older class next year, so she'll probably do really well.
Yeah,
I was really happy with how she performed this year. I thought she did really well.
she did.
She exceeded expectations.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what else? What other? Did you see any festivals yet on that list that stuck out other than Mothman?
I know the
"We gotta do
Bigfoot
that
one. There are several Bigfoot ones.
Yeah.
And I
Bigfoot's
don't know which
popular.
one is like the best one to go to, the big one. I think he said the Thrifty Mountaineer, I think, was talking about one in Flatwoods. Is that
Yeah.
where he said? So maybe that.
Yeah.
Maybe. Our life is so busy.
Yeah.
We'll have to start
We
planning
are
it
very
like
busy.
now.
That's why we have to plan way ahead. So I'm giving us 3 years once we start our 55 county journey.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild that West Virginia has 55 counties. Doesn't feel that big,
I know.
but in some ways it really is.
And I guess some have to be kind of small because you have ones like Mon. Mon is huge. Preston County, Kanawha.
I've lived in
Cabell.
five counties.
I have two then.
No,
What?
I don't think so.
Are you counting
you lived in
Pendleton
3.
County as one?
Yeah,
Then what are you talking about?
and Mineral.
Please. I guess if you want to get technical.
Yes, I lived in 5 counties. It's true.
Oh.
Pendleton, Grant, Mineral, Cabell, Mon. 5 out of 55.
Yeah, which is your favorite?
I can't say.
Which was your least favorite?
I can't say. I love them all so much.
All right.
I guess I'd have to say Mon's my favorite. That's where I live. If it wasn't my favorite,
it
I
is
wouldn't
my
live here.
favorite.
I've only lived in West Virginia, same as you. We've only lived in West Virginia, but I feel like that's kind of mostly clustered in one area. But we're down in Cabell. That's about as far as we could get. So we've seen a good bit.
Yeah,
We've seen some things.
we have seen some things.
But I probably haven't been to all 55 counties. Probably
I
not.
doubt that I have either.
But I've been to a lot because even through work,
You've been.
I worked.
Have you been through Logan County? Have you been down there?
I went to Logan a
That's
lot.
what
Remember
I thought,
through work?
but
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Yeah, you've never been there. So I've been in the southern part. Through work, I've been to a lot.
I've been to a lot in Pennsylvania.
I'm trying to think of where I haven't been. I'm sure there is, but I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Probably some of the ones along the Ohio River, some of those counties, on kind of the middle. We just had a light go out. It spooked me.
Okay, so we're in birthday planning mode because one of our children is having a birthday on Saturday. It is her birthday, and we're having her a birthday party with all of her friends and some of our family. And I was wondering, what's your favorite birthday memory or a birthday party that you had? The saddest birthday memory, as we had talked about, was whenever we got caught on
Oh,
your
yeah, yeah,
18th
yeah, yeah, yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
Maybe that was your saddest. Maybe you've had a more
That's
sad
kind of a rough
birthday.
18, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
You don't have any memorable birthdays.
they were okay. I my family, I love my family and they love me.
Sure,
We
how
just weren't,
much?
we really weren't birthday, we really weren't birthday people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still not. You know me, to this day, I don't really care about my birthday that much.
I don't think you care
Compared,
about like having birthday parties,
I
really.
don't, and I never did. And so we never really,
Or like even for
they
our
were never extravagant.
kids.
Like I'd have some cousins over
Yeah.
or, some family over here and there, but it was always nothing compared to like what we do for our kids.
I know.
Nothing.
Because
compared to that.
we do for our kids is what my mom did for me
Yeah.
and Levi.
Extravagant.
Yeah.
Very extravagant. Very different from what I'm used to. I'm used to just maybe we got a little cake, had a slice of cake after dinner,
Yeah.
and that was your birthday. And I was fine with that. I think I'd be fine with it now with our kids, but it's never going to happen as long as you're their mama.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
Every birthday has to be an extravagant and expensive party.
Not really. I just like to do it. I like having parties. I liked having parties as I was growing up. I had to share it with my brother.
What about you? What was your favorite?
What do you think my favorite was?
I'm going to say you're 16.
Yeah, I have two favorites.
Okay.
That one and my 30th birthday party.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you were
was
with
cool.
me on
Both
both.
of them, that's right.
One not
And I'm the
with me.
reason both of them were so great.
Yeah, that is true. What do you remember from my 16th birthday? Like, what did you like about it?
I went in and your dad gave me a bunch of coins so I could play arcade.
Did he know you were there for the party? Did he even know who you were?
Yeah, he knew I was there for the party.
Okay.
Why would he just walk up to me randomly and give me coins?
I know, but I guess he did know you.
I think that was strategic.
You think?
I think that thought, if I give this boy a bunch of coins to play arcades, he'll stay away from the girls. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm wondering.
Okay.
I'll have to ask him, but I
Yeah.
kind of think that.
I did have a little boyfriend there.
Yeah.
And you had someone that was wanting to date you.
Well, I honestly, in my head, I think I was pretty clever. I'd like to say I was pretty clever. I thought this is a party that's going to be a girl party, basically. It's me and one other boy, and he's already got a girlfriend, so he's off the table. So it's me and a bunch of single girls. The odds are in my favor. So I thought I was pretty clever. I said, no matter what happens, this doesn't work out for me. And I still took a shot at you.
You did.
So,
You
and I won.
gave me a very
clearly.
suggestive birthday card
So
that I still have.
I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of my actions that day. I did very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, I'm glad that you did that. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
But you gave me a birthday card.
Well, that was weird. The light went out. Now it's back on.
Yeah.
So it's going to look funky in the video, but
Yeah.
it'll be okay.
It's okay.
And we had a kid come and talk to us, but it's okay. It's part of parenting, and this is why we film late.
Because this is always
Always us. It's just real authentic us. But you were telling us about a birthday card.
Yes,
Your favorite birthday card you got.
My favorite birthday card was from you, and it was very suggestive about my looks.
Ooh. Sounds spicy.
It was spicy.
Is
But
that all you're going to say?
I don't know what more I can say
Yeah.
without.
That's probably good.
That's probably
That's
all
good.
that I'm
I
allowed
think-
to say on
I
the
think
internet.
they get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made a move, a bold move, and there was no subtlety to it. It wasn't a subtle move. It wasn't like, hell, he might like me a little bit. It was bold. It was out there.
It was.
And I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
But it was also a little bit non-PG, and we were like 16. Mm-hmm. But it's fine.
Yeah, because
And
you
your
were
mom
still
saw
16.
it, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure my mom saw it.
She found it recently
Yeah.
and took a picture and it's like, here's your card from when you were 16. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your second favorite was your 30th?
Yeah. I like that a lot. And you planned that.
I planned it.
Both were surprises. My 16th
yeah.
one was a surprise from my mom, and then the 30th was from you.
So we went to
And had
Canaan
pretty
Valley
much the same people at both.
to an Airbnb. Mm-hmm. You had no idea. We pretended like we were going to Petersburg. Mm-hmm. Met my mom.
That was scary.
Met my mom like halfway, and you're like, why are you pulling in to this place? And we gave her our baby because we just had a baby. And it was your first night
Who was
without your
still
baby.
nursing.
But I had prepped you. I said we were going to maybe leave him overnight as we went on like a late date night, and that you might have to leave him overnight. So you were prepared for that.
Was I? I wasn't.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. You were.
To leave him overnight?
Yeah. Because I was saying we'll go on a date for your birthday and we probably won't be home till really late. So we'll just let her keep him all night and we'll see him in the morning. So you kind of knew that, but you had no idea you just thought that like we would be late for a date, late coming home from a date. But really we went to Canadian Valley, got an Airbnb, and you said, hey, this is a really nice Airbnb. This is cool that you got this for us. And you kind of wondered why it was so big.
It was huge.
A big, huge cabin. And then what?
Who came first? Shayna?
Yeah, I
And
think.
Sarah.
People started trickling in, and each one that would come in, I think the first people that came in, your best friend Shayna, you were very surprised because you expected you just thought it was me and you.
Yeah.
Then you were like, what is she doing here? Then you kind of caught on as people started trickling in.
Yeah.
But you didn't exactly know who all would come.
Yeah.
Eventually we filled the cabin up and we had a really good time.
It was really fun.
We played, that was when Among Us was really popular.
Yeah.
So we tried to play a real life version of it.
Yeah.
We turned off almost all the lights in the cabin. And the cabin was three levels, I think. So we played all 3 levels, and we had a deck of cards and had one that was basically marked as the imposter, if you're familiar with Among Us. But so no one knows who the imposter is except for the imposter, and the imposter would get you, but kind of like saying,
Yeah.
I'm the imposter, like whispering and touching. And at that point, you're out of the game, and you have to kind of go down. And then the other players could find you, and then they knew somebody got you, but they still didn't know who. It was really fun.
It was. That was such a
really
good
fun.
time.
I really enjoyed that.
All my siblings and their significant others.
Yep.
Sadie was still little.
She was so little.
She was little. She didn't have anybody yet.
That was fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And you enjoyed it. And you were very surprised.
Yeah. Loved it.
So now I'm going to have to get you again soon because you have another big one coming.
What, 35?
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah.
You just turned 35. Did that feel like a big milestone for you?
I don't normally care about these things.
You're on
But I keep saying that.
Getting
I'm like,
closer
I don't
to
care, I don't
40.
care, I don't care. And the next thing I know, I wake up and I'm 40 years old. And then I care.
Stop. Let's not talk about it.
I think because birthdays never really bothered me. I never felt old until they just started going really fast recently.
Time
After
goes by
30.
really
After
fast.
30. Like, my last 5 years were... I felt like every year before that, even my 20s, a year felt... it was a year. Now a year feels what used to have been maybe 6 months.
I know.
It's so fast like that. But it's probably having kids that did it.
It
Once you have
is.
kids, it speeds it up.
So busy.
I was mentioning that to my mother recently, and she said it just gets worse. And it goes even faster when you're her age. Check this out. Speaking of people aging, though, I said in a previous episode that my grandma was turning 98, and I was wrong.
She's 99.
She's turning 99.
That's what I thought, but I was like, you would know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I was
she
off.
is
I
turning
somehow
99.
missed a year, but
Yeah.
she's turning 99
Yeah.
in a few days
Yeah.
from when this airs. It'll
On
be
the
a few days.
6th? Is that her birthday?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
99.
That's
I
pretty
guess we're
cool.
going to go. She's going to have a party. We're going to go to her party.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
It's going to be a lot of traveling. We're going to travel from Morgantown to Charleston, and then we're going to hang out in Charleston for a while, try some places, and then go from Charleston to Franklin
Yeah.
with our 2 big girls.
Yep.
It's a lot to do in a weekend.
It's exciting. Okay. So to recap, pop or soda.
Pop is the correct answer.
If you want to give us someone from your county to nominate to interview, go ahead. A place to eat from your county, go ahead. If you give us 50 likes, Kelsey will reveal the worst place in Morgantown to shop.
Please do it. I was talking to my friend about that place today.
If you find Mothman in the clip, you can win your own 3D printed Mothman.
Let's show them off again.
One more time. And other than that, I think that's it. That's the call to action.
Right.
And if you love West Virginia as much as we do, and I know you do because you're still here, then go ahead and give us a like and a share.
Comment, subscribe.
There you go.
Follow
And we'll
us.
see you next time. Bye.
Bye.